Hello everybody, my name is Henry, also known as Grunk Bricks, and today I'm reviewing LEGO City Polybag Set 30665, the Baby Gorilla Encounter. This includes 34 pieces and just released on June 1st, 2024. Kind of a reboot of Johnny Thunder, but in the city branding. I'll go more in depth about the details of this and this new little subline coming out in City, but let's get right into the time lapse. And I am back, guys. I know it's been a long time, a couple weeks, but there's a bunch of videos coming out. Got super busy, but let's get right into the time lapse right now. As I mentioned in the introduction, this set has a little bit of history to it, I guess you could say. It is a reboot, partially, of the famous and iconic Johnny Thunder LEGO sub-theme, although it is not really a full reboot, as it is not under its own name. It's under the LEGO City name, but still exciting nonetheless. And now let's get into the review. This is such a cool little set. As you saw in the time-lapse, not that many pieces, but it still feels big enough that it justifies the value. Again, I can harp on this for hours, how the LEGO Polybag is just the perfect price point. But it has some cool little pieces, and now let's go dive into the minifigure. Moving on to the lone minifigure of this set. He's pretty detailed. I love how he has that glove detail on his hands, that light blue color. I think that's a really neat touch to otherwise not that standoutish minifigure. He's got a good hair. He's got a good hair piece. I think that's pretty unique. No dual-sided face printing, just one side. He's got a stethoscope on the front, other medical supplies. He does have some leg printing, not too much printing, but it's a little bit of details to indicate those pockets. Then you turn him around, he's got that backpack where he's carrying the baby gorilla's food or the milk or whatever. And I think that's a really cool, neat touch. You can put that in the backpack, and he walks over to the baby gorilla. Overall, a pretty nice-looking minifigure. He's detailed enough, and I think that hairpiece, it really makes him, as a whole. I hope this picks up on the camera. It's kind of hard to show, but here's the baby gorilla. I think a lot of the reason why people pick up this polybag is for this baby gorilla piece. I think it's really, really unique. It looks, insanely detailed. Yeah, it's not really picking up, but it's a good, not insanely detailed, but it does a great job of representing what it is. You got the little hand markings. I think this is a good little angle here. It's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to enjoy this little piece as much as I do, but it does a really cool job representing a little baby gorilla, and I think that's a really neat touch. And here's the build for the polybag. It looks neat, not too much to harp on. It's got some good detail at the flowering. I like the sand green tiles, and the tree wrapping around looks good for what it is. And it's, again, a polybag, a $5 polybag. It does a great job representing. It's got the little baby gorilla sitting on the circular little stone, I'd imagine, just under the little palm tree. I think this is a great representation of a little jungle theme set. You can't beat it. And I should note these clips on the side. I don't know if this is supposed to attach to another one of the couple sets that came out in this little jungle subline, but it's a little interesting touch. You can clip it on to any other part of the jungle or some of the sorts. Also noting the pink frog. LEGO always tries to include a pink frog in that detail, but it's a good looking build. I really enjoy it. Again, $5. So would I recommend this set? Absolutely yes. Again, I keep harping on it, but for the majority, about 95% of polybag sets that I review, I absolutely 10 out of 10 recommend it for the price and value, aside from a couple, as I mentioned. But this set, hits all the nails in the head. It's got a fine minifigure. It does its job, but it's got a really cool, interesting, new baby gorilla piece, and it's a city set. It's a city jungle set. Kids will love it. I really enjoy it myself. It's also got a little bit of a displayability factor. It's not a ugly looking build. So yes, I would recommend it. And now let's get into my Grunk score review. And here's the final Grunk score for LEGO City Set 30665, the Baby Gorilla Encounter Polybag. In case you're new here, I have 5 categories going up to 10 points out of 50. It's a little flawed, but I think the scoring does a fairly good representation of showing what I think of these sets. So for building experience, I give this a 6 out of 10. Not much variation for polybag sets. It usually ranges from 4 to 6. Can't do too much at this price point. So playability, I give it a 7 out of 10. I was gonna give it a little bit lower, but there's with the little baby gorilla animal and the minifigure and the little scene, you can get some imagination out of this if you're a kid. 7 out of 10. Displayability, 5 out of 10. I was also gonna give this a lower score, But, when you have this sit on a desk or a shelf, it doesn't look as bad as you might think. It does a good representation of the city jungle theme revival, and, it looks pretty good. Minifigure 7 out of 10. I'm not counting the Baby Gorilla minifigure if that counts. I mean, it's not really a minifigure, but it gets 10 out of 10. But this minifigure, for what it is, it's a Lego City minifigure. He's got a cool hairpiece, some interesting hand stuff, and he's got printing, so 7 out of 10. Price and value, 10 out of 10. I always generally give a polybag a 10 out of 10. As I previously mentioned in this video and all my other polybag videos, the value is unbeatable. 10 out of 10. Giving it a final Grunk score of 35 out of 50, placing it here against other Lego City sets. The Interstellar Spaceship beats it out with a score of 38, but it is close. And keep in mind that it is a $20 set versus a $5 set, so it is really up there. I love this set. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out my other videos, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.